Hello everybody, what is up? This is Eddie Neddy and welcome to another video on the channel for you guys today. And first of all, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. And as you guys know, this is one of the toughest league to predict in the world, in my opinion. Like I said, we've got so many good teams in the championship, so many teams that could go anywhere, honestly. But anyway, you guys in here to see me talk about 15 minutes through, about me choosing EFL teams. But anyway, now we're actually going to place the team. So we're going to start off, I think, from bottom to top. I think that's how we're going to start off. So 24th in the championship. This one I'm recording a little bit early, so I don't know how many clubs, like I said, have... I'm starting this probably about 2 weeks, just over a week, left to the start of the season. So we're going to kick it off with 24th spot. Quite a tough one, because there's a lot of teams that I think will be down there this season, but I think 24th, I'm going to predict, will be Rotherham. I'm predicting Rotherham will be in that 24th spot. I think they are a really good team. I think, however, they've had a very odd window. Like I said, they've sold one of their best players, to a League One club in Sheffield Wednesday, with Michael Smith and Michael Oikwe. They've replaced Cameron Humphreys-Grant, good young defender, but a little bit inexperienced in the Championship. Tom Eves, okay target man and the striker, but a bit of a B-Tech Michael Smith, in my opinion. So 24th, I'm going to go with Rotherham. Okay, so 23rd in the championship, I am going to go with Sunderland. I don't think they've recruited the best despite signing Jack Clark. I still think they need a bit more recruitment, Sunderland, in the this summer transfer window. Like I said, if they do sign a few more players, I think they will do well. I think they definitely need to be looking at a new first choice goalkeeper, over Lee Burge. And their current goalkeeper. They've got some brilliant players, though, in Ross Stewart. Like I said, up top, hopefully we'll score a load of goals. But then again, like they've got some aging players in their side as well, like I said. So I don't know what they're going to do. And also, they've got some really young, inexperienced players in the championship. But I definitely, they do need to make time. They've already signed Dominic Ballard, which I think is an incredible signing. But they still need more reinforcements desperately. And their pre-season hasn't gone that well. So 22nd is going to be the next spot. It's quite tough, to be honest with you. Like I said, this 22nd spot, I'm tossing up between Birmingham, Reading, Wigan. Like I said, teams like them. I'm a Birmingham fan, so I might be being biased. But I think as things stand, I think we are going to... At the moment, like I said, we are nicknamed the great survivors of the championship. Can we do it again? I'm not sure. I feel like we might be biting off a little bit more than we could chew. I think we will face the drop. Okay, next one, I will go with 21st. I think Wigan will be 21st in the EFL Championship. I think they will survive over Birmingham City. I think they had a brilliant League One campaign. It looked a little bit shaky towards the end of the season. Came close to bottling it, but they done well, to hold on and actually get promoted by winning the title. Is a massive achievement for a club, which, like I say, went into administration, had points deductions, and I feel like they're a club which has been put through a little bit of a tough time, so it's nice seeing them back in the Championship. Okay, next we're going to go with 20th in the league. Not a bit of a harder one to predict, who I think will struggle-ish, in the championship this season. I'm going to go with this one. Might seem a little bit bizarre. I'm going to go with Blackpool. Sometimes you got to go big and ambitious, with your championship predictions. I do think Blackpool will finish 20. I think losing Niall Critchley is a massive loss. Honestly, it really is. It's a massive loss. And they usually say, like I said, seconds in the championship, usually quite tough. I do really like Blackpool. I think they obviously will stay up. I think this relegation scrap might be a little bit more clearer than we think. Like I said, I feel like these three will finish comfortably in the bottom three, in my opinion. But yeah, Blackpool, I think 20th. I think they have appointed a good manager, Michael Appleton, done well at Lincoln. Got a bit of a tough time recently, though. Michael Appleton, I'm sure he'll come back, and I'm sure he'll be bigger and better and stronger stronger than ever. And I hope I am wrong for Blackpool fans' sake, but I do think Blackpool will be flirting around there because they're a good club, brilliant fan base. Right, okay, next one, we're gonna go in 19th in the league now. I'm going to go with Reading at 19th. Like I said, they've recruited really well this transfer window. You know, bringing in Jeff Hendricks, Shane Long. You know, despite Joe Lumley, a little bit of a question one, but still a good goalkeeper for this division. You know, like I said, he was playing for, you know, competing for the playoffs. Middlesbrough, there's got to be something about him. He's a good goalkeeper, Joe Lumley, and I think he'll do well at Reading. So I think Reading have already made good signings despite losing John Swift. You know, Yako Mite is coming back from a long-term injury. Zhao looks like he's going to be staying. I think they will survive. Right, okay, now we're on to 18th in the Championship. Who do I think? Now you get to the bit where it gets a little bit tough. We're kind of out, like, I don't want to sound harsh here, out the obvious teams. That sounds really harsh, you know, but who do I think will be competing down there now this season? I personally, this might come as a bit of a surprise to you, but I hate this because someone's going to have a go at me in the comments, and I think Swansea will be 18th. I think Swansea, like I said, will be flirting around down there, you know, again. But I think they'll start off well, Swansea. I think they'll kind of crumble a little bit. They're still a bit of a young side. I think they've made some absolute baller of signings in Nathan Wood, Harry Darling, still quite unexperienced and young. Right, okay, next one, I'm going to move up to, you know, actually, this should be 17, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be 17. Bloody hell, he can't even do math. And that should be 13. And that should be 9. Right. Yeah, okay, everything else was right. Okay, well done, Eddie. Make an absolute fool of yourself. Right, okay, next one, 17th in the league. I believe 17th will go to... Drum roll, please. I reckon Bristol City will be 17th. I reckon Bristol City will be there. I think they've made some brilliant transfers, but then again, I don't know. I really hope Bristol City do prove me wrong, because I think they're a brilliant side. You know, again, if they've got some really good players, but you see how many teams are down there that will be competing. I think they'll finish 17th. Next one, I'm going to go with 16th. Who do I think is going to finish 16th? I reckon 16th will go to Preston North End, you know, under Ryan Lowe. A bit of an okay-ish window so far, you know. David Cornell, Freddie Woodman, Robbie Brady, you know, some good players, to be honest with you, there for Preston that they've signed. And I think they've done well to add to their squad, but I feel like just another season in the Championship, then next season they'll push on. Next team, we're going to go with... It's going to be 15th. I reckon 15th will go to the hands of, you know what, Huddersfield Town. I think Huddersfield will massively drop. I think losing Carlos Corbehan is mad, honestly. And it looks like they're going to lose Harry Toffolo, Lewis O'Brien to Nottingham Forest, you know. Honestly, I do really struggle to see how well they're going to do next season. I do actually kind of fear for them. They have made some good business so far in the transfer window. Conor Mahoney, Kazumu, you know, but I still think they've got a long way to go, Huddersfield. And with losing Carlos Corbehan, I think they're in a lot of trouble. Right, okay, now we're moving on to 14th in the league. Let's double check 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th. All right. 14th in the league. I am going to give that to QPR. I don't think they'll do well as many people will expect them to. I think they'll start off the season quite well, then dip off towards the end of the season. I think under a little bit of an inexperienced manager. I actually don't think he'll do well at QPR. You know, people are probably going to screen record this and then, you know, come back to it and then completely prove me wrong, which I could be wrong, but it's just something that I see, you know, happening. I don't think he'll do that well. Anyway, now we're on to 13th, unlucky number 13. I reckon, I don't know actually. 13th, I reckon Cardiff. I reckon Cardiff. By the way, people, if you guys are wondering, I'm literally going into this in my bare mind. Like I said, I've watched a lot of Championship football last season, and I've also, like I said, keep up to date for all the transfers that have happened in real life. I haven't got a plan for this. I'm just doing this maybe. Like I said, there are a few teams that I'm even debating swapping around now. But I feel like this is probably one of the best bets that I've got, to people not slating me. Right, Cardiff City, 13th. I reckon they will finish 13th, Cardiff. I think they made a lot of signings, but I think they will struggle to get them all to gel, so I don't think they'll do well. However, they're a big club, Cardiff, and a good young manager. Right, okay, now move on to 12th in the league. I reckon Luton. I actually reckon Luton will do 12th, to be honest with you. I think they'll do all right, Luton, to be honest with you. Like I said, I feel like Luton fans might not be too mad with that. Like I said, they have made some good signs so far in Cordy Woodrow, Carlton Morris, Matt Macy, some really good signings right there. But like I said, I feel like they kind of lack a little bit of consistency, Luton, towards the end. They can have games where they play really well against some really top teams and lose against some poor teams. You can recall their both defeats against Birmingham, like I said, but however they compete with, some of the best teams excuse me, in the league, so I do think they'll finish around about 12th, but that is still a good season for Luton in my eyes, keeping them in the Championship, building them up. I think that's good too. Obviously, losing Carl Naismith as well, I think it's a massive loss. Right, next one, we're going to go down to 11th in the Championship right now. Getting a little bit harder now. Getting a little bit harder, to think who's going to go in that 11th spot. I reckon it will be Millwall. I think Millwall under Gary Rowett will finish 11th. I think they will. I feel like it will be another really tight season between, like I said, 12th to like 3rd or 4th or something like that. Like I said, I feel like these probably be like 4 points separating them. They're a really good side, Millwall. Like I said, great deal. The best signing for them this summer was not any of their players signing, was Gary Rowett extending a contract. Great manager, and I think he is definitely the right man to take Millwall forward. But I feel like they do still need that little bit more, what's the word? I want to say comfort. Right, okay, now we are up to 13, 12, 11. So we're now going to go with 10th. We are now going to go with 10th in the Championship. This is tough, This is tough. Like I said, there's a lot of good teams. 10th. Who do I think is going to finish 10th? I think Coventry will be 10th. They've already made some good signings, but they're losing a lot of their really good loaned players as well that were loaned in that have done really well. Callum O'Hara has been heavily linked to a move away from, from Coventry to Burnley. Gustavo Hamer's linked to Fulham. Victor Goike has been linked to Middlesbrough. But I do feel like they'll finish 10th if they manage to keep all them players. If they lose Goike's, Hamer and O'Hara, maybe you could be wondering, maybe they could be around here. But I think currently as things stand, I think 10th. Right, we're now going to go to 9th in the Championship. I'm going to go with Hull. Now, bit of a surprise one. You guys probably expect to Hull, but they've made some brilliant bit of business the transfer window. Honestly, they've done some brilliant signings. Honestly, Tufan, Seri, signing Baxter on a permanent. They're linked with some more absolutely class, talented players. Hull, and I feel like they've done really well towards the end of their last season, to be honest with you. And I feel like for pre-season now under their belt, they'll do well. Right, next one we're going to go with, okay, now we move on to 8th in the Championship. I reckon Blackburn Rovers will take 8th in the Championship. I think they are a really good side, Blackburn. I think they've got some really, really, really talented players. Obviously, if they manage to keep Diaz, Bradley Dack, I think if they manage to get him back to full fitness, I think he'll do well. Obviously, signings hasn't really been, much of a thing for them. I don't think they've signed anyone at the moment, Blackburn, but I do feel like they will do well, Blackburn. Like I said, under a new manager as well. I think Sam Gallagher will have a really good season. I think Brereton Diaz, if they manage to keep him, I think he'll do well. Like I said, they've got some really good players. Well, Wharton, Pickering, Costello, really good young player. Lewis Travis, really good players. Right, next one. You guys probably surprised why I put this team so high up. Now, listen to me here. This is what's going to happen with Stoke. Bookmark this because I'm confident. Stoke will start off the season tragically. They'll sack Michael O'Neill. They'll appoint a better manager, a manager which will take them up to 7th, and just miss out on the playoffs. That is what's going to happen to Stoke, I reckon. Right, now we're on to the top 6. I will predict my playoff winner, like I said, I feel like, and obviously the top 2. So, Yeah, this one's going to be difficult. Right, sixth spot. I feel like sixth spot is going to go to Middlesbrough. I think Middlesbrough will just manage to sneak over it in the Championship. I think they are a really good team. Borough, under Chris Wilder, got that experience, knows how to do it, and I feel like they are definitely on their way up. Like I said, I felt like they were a bit unlucky towards the end of the last season. Maybe they had Wilder at the start of the season. Maybe they would have got into the playoffs, but that's where I think Borough are going to finish. Right, fifth in the league. I think Sheffield United will be fifth in the league. Like I said, they've already made some brilliant signings. They've signed that Bosnian centre-back whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce. Tommy Doyle, brilliant players. Max Lowe coming back from his loan spell. Brewster coming back from his long-term injury. Billy Sharp signing an extra contract extension, and I feel like they will do well. Sheffield United under, Paul Eckingbottom. Yeah. That's why I think Sheffield United will finish fourth. Right, actually no, fifth, sorry. Right, okay, because obviously sixth, fifth. And now we're going to go to fourth. Fourth, you know what? I'm going to go with Watford. I think Watford will be fourth. And I think Watford will be fourth. And they're a good side. No debate about it. I think they're a brilliant side with some absolutely brilliant players. And I feel like, however, the inexperience of Rob Edwards, I think, could come to cost them. They could potentially lose a lot of players till the end of the window. Obviously, they've got Ismail Assar been linked to Premier League clubs and foreign clubs, same with Emmanuel Dennis, been linked to the likes of Southampton, Villa, they've got some other really good players still in their side as well, like Lazawa, he's been linked to a move away, Lazawa back to France, they do have some really good players, and I think if they manage to keep them, I think they will potentially be like second or first, but I feel like they will probably lose one or two players for the end of the window, so I'm going to go with them in fourth. Right, third, I am going to go with Norwich City. Right, Norwich City, I feel like will just miss out on automatics. Again, I think they will lose a few players. I think Max Aarons will make the move away to a Premier League club like a Crystal Palace or or like a newly promoted Premier League side, maybe like a Fulham, or something. No, I think Max Aarons will go there. And like I said, Timo Pukki, I feel like will have a very good season. And I feel like it will be really typed in the top two. Next one, I'm going to go West Brom. I think everyone's going to have a go at me for this one. They made some cracking signings, like they've had the best transfer window in the league. And I don't even want to hear anything else, in my opinion. Yogaslu, Jed Wallace, Swift. Jed Wallace and Swift are the two best players in the Championship, in my opinion. Well, one of them, obviously, like I said, they're brilliant players. Swift constantly has done it. He's got like over 20 goal contributions, like I said, in the Championship for Reading, no matter where they finish in the league. Like I said, I think they've got some really good players. I think will do well. Carlon Grant, Callum Robinson, and I'm going big boots here. I'm putting my neck out on the line right here for you, West Brom. Second spot. If you disappoint me, West Brom, well, what can I say? And Burnley will win the league. I think this is self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Anyway, there we go. That is my EFL Championship predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know people are going to go in the comments saying, oh, why did you put this team here? That's what I think. That's my opinion. Don't complain at me. Don't knock on my door at midnight and threaten to break down my house, But yeah, honestly, thank you all for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And if any of you guys are new around here, please drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully see you all soon. Take care, people. Much love. See ya.